Good evening, and welcome to the January 25th, 2022 Board Meeting of the Village of Bolingbrook. Before I proceed, if there's anyone who'd like to make comments at this evening's meeting, please make sure to fill out the form located at the back of the room. Tonight, for Pledge of Allegiance, I'd like to invite Dave Butcher to come up and lead us in the pledge, one of our very own.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call?
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Zarate? Here. Trustee Watts?
Here.
Trustee Rupsis? Here. Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Here.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Here.
Thank you. We'll get this tonight. Approval of the minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the January 11th, 2022 meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsis, second. Trustee Carpenzano. Any additions, corrections, or deletions? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Mr. Otteson, are there any changes for this evening's agenda?
Just one little typo, clerical error on page 5, under G, ordinances. Number 1, PC 2122, should be PC 22.01. PC 22.01. That's the only amendment.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve this evening's agenda?
So move.
Trustee Watts, second. Trustee Rupsis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. This evening, we have several appointments for commissioners. First off, we have Mr. Robert Hennerhoff III will be appointed to the Arts Council Commission. I get it. Lola Fashina to our Beautification Commission. Makita Williams, Bolingbrook Community Television Commission. Mary Wolak to the Historic Preservation Commission. And Jay Friedenberg to the Information Technology Commission. Would those candidates please come up, as well as representative from the various commissions? I know this is a little bit different tonight, right? One big happy family. Big agenda, so.
Watch your step here.
Oh, it's a ramp. Very good. All right, if you're a new commissioner, come up here. If you're on the commission, come over here. How's that? We'll get there. It's always good to do things a little bit differently, then I catch them off guard. May I have a motion to approve these new commissioners, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Trustee Lawler, second, Trustee Doris. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. See how easy that was? All right, now for the hard part. Please come up to the mic, introduce yourself, let us know a little bit about you and what commission you will be on.
Hi, my name is Makita. I am signing up for the Bolingbrook Community Television. I'm a photographer and videographer, so I thought that this would be something good for me, expanding my skills and also contributing to the community.
Wonderful, thank you very much, and we definitely need more BCT commissioners. So anyone else out there, we have a few openings.
Very good.
And don't forget to introduce Mr. 4.5.
That's right.
I remember.
Hi, my name is Bob Hainerhoff. I'm one of the band directors along with Miss Rupsis over here at the high school. I've been there 15 years, and we've been residents of Bolingbrook for 8. And this is Mateo. Say hi, buddy.
Hi,
Hi.
And my wife.
I'm 4.5.
And a half. She's got that hat.
And my wife, Shella. And yeah, I felt like it was, Mithra and I have been talking for a while. We've got a couple of fun projects in mind, and it was time to step up and serve the community in a different way, in addition, of course, to the high school.
Well, thank you, we appreciate it.
Come here, buddy.
Well, you're not new, you're just making a transition, so tell us about it.
Okay. My name is Mary Wolak. My husband Jerry and I have lived in town. He was there. I don't know, he ran away.
He's taking pictures of you.
Where is he? I don't know, he ran away.
She forgot what he looks like.
We've been here since 1972. When we moved in, there were 7,000 people and a lot of farmland. For about 5 or 6 years, I was on what's called the COCOC Committee, Civil and Cultural Affairs, and I got to the point where I'm just too old to do all that physical work. So now I'm on the Historic Society, because all you got to do there is use your head, and hopefully that'll work. Take care.
Age is but a number, Mary, come
Oh,
on.
yeah, I know, the body's there.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jay Friedenberg. I've been living here for 28 years now. Wanted to give back to the community, so I'm joining the IT Commission. I currently work at the University of Chicago Hospital in the IT department there. So thank you all.
Thank you very, very much for stepping up.
Thank you.
Can't be without the Bolingbrook. And we also have many of our commission members here this evening and our chairs, so thank you for all that you do. We appreciate it. We're going to do this a little bit differently. Everybody's going to be sworn in at one time.
Okay.
Save you from having to come another trip. Does that work?
Sounds good?
All right. I state your name.
I, Mary Wolak,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as
and I will faithfully discharge my duties as
Commissioner
A commissioner,
to the best of my abilities
to the best of my abilities,
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take one quick picture. Don't go anywhere, 4.5. Come on.
I'm going down.
Come on. Okay, go down there.
Good.
All right, come on.
Get a little bit shorter.
All right.
Good to see you, Jay.
Can't see my
Thank
smile.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It's going to be a great year, a lot of activity.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Get ready to work, Mary.
No, but not physically.
That's all right. It's still work. Something's going to work. Up here, down here. Congratulations. Next, we'll be swearing in a new appointment to our fire department. Firefighter paramedic Adam Hess, badge number 7249. He's being sworn in this evening. Adam, do you want to bring your guests and come on up? And I do have to add that the entire back wall is filled with firefighters and paramedics. Regardless of how cold it is, they are all here. So this is your new family. Do you want to introduce your guests before we get started?
Perfect. Hi there, anyone I haven't met. My name's Adam Haas. I'm newly hired as a Bolingbrook firefighter paramedic. This is my girlfriend Emily, my mother Laura, my sister Sarah, and my father David.
Great. Adam is a graduate of Plainfield North High School class of 2018. He attended the College of DuPage and obtained an associate's degree in emergency medical services. Adam is a certified paramedic through the Illinois Department of Public Health and a basic operations firefighter through the Office of the State Fire Marshal. He worked for the Gardner Fire Protection District prior to working for Bolingbrook. In his spare time, Adam enjoys rock climbing, woodworking, hiking, and mountain biking. Fun stuff. All right. Thank you very much. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Adam Haas,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
and that I will faithfully discharge my duties as
and I will faithfully discharge my duties as
firefighter paramedic
firefighter paramedic
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
You guys want to gather? Let's get a picture.
Come on up.
Yeah. Why don't you come down here and get them all together?
All right.
Am I like in front like this?
There we go. Thank you again. Stay safe. Thank you. Next, we have public comments. Madam Clerk, have we received any comments regarding to any items on this evening's agenda?
Yes, Madam Mayor, we did receive one email from our former trustee, Bob Jaskowitz. He says, "Kudos to the board and especially to the ad hoc committee who worked on creating and pushing for change in the village refuse structure. The new contract on the agenda this evening addresses many of the concerns expressed by numerous residents, probably since the days the village was organized well over 50 years ago. Giving everyone an option on how they wish to handle their trash recycle is key to moving forward to the modern era, and hopefully satisfying enough residents so that we do not have to look at toters as floats in the parade this September. I realize I'm no longer a resident of the village, but I still have a warm place in my heart for you and the friends that still live in Bolingbrook. I do not see this as a final solution, but I do see it as a major, major start in the right direction. Maybe it will be on future agendas, but I did not see any change in village code on the handling of the totes by those residents who chose to rent them. Those residents who would prefer toters but do not have the physical property necessary to store it in a garage should not be deprived of this option. How you, the board, handle this will be interesting. Be creative and flexible. I realize we do not want toters sitting out in the front yard 7 days a week, but there are creative solutions for hiding them on the sides of homes, etc. I also do not see anything mentioned about handling of the mess created by recycle bins when the day is windy and the bins are loosely packed by the resident. I'm sure this will still be a future issue that needs to be addressed. With that being said, I want to commend you for taking a major step in listening to our residents and providing a, in quotes, trashy program all residents should be pleased with. There's no perfect solution for messy, windy days, but again, we need to get creative or at least encourage residents and the Flood brothers that if you see trash flying around, grab it and clean it up immediately. I want to end by thanking Administrator Lucas Rickelman and his staff for the effort they put forward to get this done. Now, if Mayor Basta would make the same effort to become Windy Woman, no, not Wonder Woman, and control the wind in the village, then all problems would be solved. Belated Happy New Year to all of you. This new contract is a great start to 2022. Past resident and past village trustee Bob Jaskowitz. P.S. I know as I write this, I can see village clerk Marty Barton rolling her eyes about my run-on sentences. Love you, Marty. That's it.
Very good. Thank you. Is there anyone present in this evening's at this evening's meeting that would like to speak regarding items on the agenda? If you just introduce yourself.
Good evening. Yes, Josh Molnar with Groot Industries, Mayor Basta Board. Good to be here tonight. Thank you for allowing me to address the board tonight. Tonight, I come before you and speak on behalf of Groot employees, of which I am one, 15 years now. And tonight, the board's going to consider awarding a contract to a new vendor for residential services. This is up for award tonight in spite of the massive savings that our proposal would provide residents of Bolingbrook. Not only compared to the current rates, but the rates being proposed tonight. Groot is $1.25 per home per month cheaper than the rates being submitted tonight. That's over $350,000 a year for the first year of the contract term, and approximately $2.3 million over the contract term itself. For cart rentals, which I would imagine would be popular in the newer parts of town, we're half of what's being proposed tonight. That represents almost a $1.2 million over a 7-year contract term. Now, I've been told that the portion of this decision is made on service issues, but as you know, over the past 2 years, we have had to navigate pandemic with the goal of maintaining service and trying to keep our guys safe on the streets and the curb and handling material. This came with some temporary changes. In the name of safety, we made those changes, but I think those are interpreted as a declining ability to provide services, unfortunately. When presented on issues outside the pandemic, we responded with sweeping changes in personnel and management, filled those with individuals with decades of experience to meet the feedback that we were getting from village and village staff. Now, the RFP allowed and requested proposals up to a 10-year agreement. We did so. The contract up for approval tonight is a 7-year agreement. We would like the same chance to offer a 7-year agreement to the village for consideration. On page 5 of the RFP, under selection criteria, it states proposers shall be accorded fair and equal treatment with respect to any opportunity for discussion and revision of proposals. Our request is that you postpone the vote tonight, postpone it until the next meeting to allow us to provide the village with a 7-year proposal. Based on the rates that I'm seeing tonight within the agenda and the draft contract, and factoring in the different annual increases schedules, Groot can save the residents of Bolingbrook an additional $5.8 million over a 7-year contract term. Groot has had the honor and privilege to provide the service to Bolingbrook residents for nearly 3 decades. We're asking you to allow for 2 more weeks for consideration to have this conversation and maximize savings to Bolingbrook residents. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I would like to just clarify one point on that comment to you, and that we did provide opportunities for both of the final vendors to put forward their best and final offer. So, again, that's up to you. We'll have a little bit more conversation when that comes on the agenda. Anyone else here that would like to make comments regarding anything on this evening's agenda? Okay. We have the following bill listings up for approval this evening. Bill listing A, $1,235,891.03. Bill listing B, $491,042.14, for a total of $1,726,933.17. Are there any questions from the trustees regarding the bill listings? May I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsa, second trustee Carpenzano. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsas?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Thank you. Next are our tax receipts. The following are the tax receipts for October and November. November 2021 state income tax, $1,007,203.66, which is a 29.5% increase from 1 year ago. October 2021 sales tax is $3,329,244.09, which is a 12.3 increase from a year ago. November 2021 motor fuel tax, $257,462.83, a 9.8% increase from a year ago. October 2021 state administrative fee is $27,274.71. Next up are our resolutions. First resolution is 22R-006, approving proposal from Tactical Athlete Health and Performance Institute, LLC, doing business as Rebound. This is a 1-year contract that will deliver expedited access to injury recovery to help employees return to work faster than using a traditional treatment model. This program will cover on-duty as well as off-duty injuries and is available to all village personnel and retirees, including family members. The contract will be paid for through each department's workman's compensation obligation at a total cost of $32,271. This has been reviewed and approved by the Finance Committee. Are there any questions from the trustees? May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsa, second trustee Lawler. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsas?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next resolution is 22R-007, approving the purchase of a 2020 Chevrolet Tahoe from Advantage Chevrolet. Advantage would be the sole source vendor in this regard. We have a trade-in of 3 vehicles we have seized in narcotics operations. We will be purchasing, the new vehicle will be used for police patrol and administration. The total cost of the vehicle is $43,296.24. And we have 3 vehicles that were seized, 0 cost to the village. The trade-in value on them is $7,000. One of the units has over 250,000 miles on it. They've become a burden on the village mechanics. Public Service has advised that we remove the units from service. We're downsizing the fleet from 3 to 1, which will also help with our overall insurance premiums. Total request is, again, $43,296.24, which is under budget by $15,703.76. This is available through Advantage Chevrolet, which services and maintains our vehicles. It is here local in town, and we are lucky that we were able to find something. Has been reviewed and approved by Public Safety Committee. Are there any questions from the trustees?
No, we got a great update from the chief on everything you explained with a bit more detail, which will save the audience from.
Good. Okay.
A good move on everybody's part.
May I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Trustee Watts, second trustee Rupsis. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Rupsis.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Doris.
Yes.
Thank you. Next up is Resolution 22R008, approving purchase from AHW LLC, a John Deere HPX 4x4 Gator with plow attachment. We could have used that this weekend. The village's current Gator is 14 years old and is in need of replacement due to wear and age. The new Gator will be used by multiple crews in daily operations and to transport material during village events and snow plowing. This is a budgeted item. The total cost minus the trade-in is $22,900.87. Has been reviewed and approved by our Public Services and Development Committee. Are there any questions from the trustees? May I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsis, second trustee Doris. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Doris.
Yep.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next item up is Resolution 22R009, approving professional engineering services from Robinson Engineering for phosphorus discharge optimization plans. That's kind of a tongue twister. The IEPA requires discharge permits and optimization plans for each of the 3 village-owned water reclamation facilities. The plans include investigation into influent and effluent reduction measures and to develop a schedule for implementation into reducing phosphorus levels in the effluent. The 3 village facilities located at 151 Royce Road, 1000 West Fountain Road, and 2080 Reagan Boulevard. The total cost of the engineering services is $34,800. This has been reviewed and approved by Public Services and Development Committee. Are there any questions from the trustees? May I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsis, second trustee Carpenzano. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Doris.
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next item is PC 22-01, approving the special use permit for a plan development with variances and concept plan, public storage facility, SWC of Weber Road and West North Frontage Road. Big Rock Storage Associates LLC is the applicant. The applicant is requesting approval of a special use permit for a self-storage facility and variances for allowing more than 1 principal building on a single lot, allow 2 development signs and 1 property, and to waive the required public improvements, including public sidewalk, street lighting, and parkway trees. So this is basically a continuation of what's currently there, but with the storage facility. May I have a motion to approve the Plan Commission's recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsis, second trustee Carpenzano. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now the corresponding ordinance, which is ordinance 22-008, approving of a special use permit for a planned development with variances and concept plan for a public storage facility, SWC of Weber Road and West North Frontage Road. Are there any questions from the trustees?
No questions, Mayor. Just a note, if I can. I watched the Plan Commission meeting, and there were some great questions from the commissioners on traffic and what the county's going to allow. So it's a great plan. If you want to sit and watch the Plan Commission meeting, you can hear the full thing. But I thought it was very thoroughly presented. So no concerns.
Thank you. Motion to approve?
So moved. Okay.
Trustee Lawler, second trustee Watts. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis? Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate? Yes. Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next ordinance up is 22-009, directing the sale of real estate owned by the village, Americana Estates. Basically, the village still owns 32 lots at Americana Estates. 7 of those are currently under contract. On our listing, 3 of those lots did not have price tags affiliated with them. Those are lots 111, 112, and 113. And in your packets, you'll see the purchase price that we've allocated to them based on square footage and location and the other units. So this is just an addition of those 3 lots that did not have price tags attached to them. Are there any questions from the trustees? May I have a motion to approve this ordinance, please?
So moved.
Trustee Carpenzano, second trustee Lawler. Roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Zarate? Yes. Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis? Yes. Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Next, before we get up to ordinance 22-010, which is approving the contract for Bolingbrook Flood Brothers. Obviously, everybody knows, whether you're at home, whether you're here, whether you're where trustee Jaskowitz is, that this has been an issue that we have been discussing in person, via emails, via phone calls, and obviously it's the #1 issue on Facebook, I think, which is not a bad thing. To have garbage as your #1 problem, it's not a bad thing. I know we've had conversation. Josh, we appreciate you being here and sharing your comments. A lot of work has gone into this. And the work did not just start with this group. The work, I think, started even when Mayor Claire was here. And it was, how do you satisfy the majority? And in our case, how do you satisfy everyone as much as we can? So, you know, the toter, people coming in from the city, they wanted the cart, they wanted the toter. How do we do that? People in the more historical part of Bolingbrook said, I don't have room for it, your ordinance doesn't allow it. So that became the sticking point of where do we put the toter if we get a toter? And yes, it probably would be more economical if we were to cart the whole town, but that would be not doing what half of our residents want. Could be half, could be 60, could be 40, somewhere thereabout. So yes, a lot of work did go into this. The ad hoc committee spent a lot of time talking to residents and a lot of time communicating with co-administrators. The trustees have done a lot of work on this. We do have ordinances in place. So before we even talk about the who and the what, the ordinance is in place, and these have been in place for quite some time now. You cannot store receptacles in outdoor locations. This is now with your blue bins, or if you have a cart now, you can't store it outdoor. And this is ongoing. So this is nothing new for the residents. This is what's currently in. So to ex-trustee Jaskowitz's comments, the reason we didn't address that is because it's already been addressed. These things, nor should your blue bins be placed outside of your residence. Then it goes on to say that garbage is not supposed to be taken out before 6 p.m. the night prior to the scheduled pickup during the period of May 1st to October 31st, and no earlier than 3 p.m. during November 1st through April the 30th. So we even specify the times that you can put out your garbage. Can't put it out first thing Sunday morning if Monday is your garbage day, because what if someone's having guests over? Doesn't look good. Then it goes further to say recycling containers shall be stored inside the residential premises or behind the physical residential structure and out of view from any public right-of-way. The container shall be placed curbside during the collection times. So these issues have been addressed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is a big thing to offer carts and toters, but with these ordinances in place, there will be a zero tolerance for these things to be stored outside of your house, in the front of your house. That has been one of the major holdbacks for making this decision. And I have to tell you, ever since we started looking at this, I now pay attention to these things. And there's some municipalities, you don't see them. You know they have them, but you don't see them. And then there's some that have them all over the place in front all the time. And I have to tell you, we have some homes right now that are not following the ordinance. And myself and Chief Rampa had a conversation that once we implement this program, it is a zero tolerance. There's no warning. We don't have time, we don't have the manpower to come up and say, excuse me, did you know that you're not supposed to have this outside? And the way we're going to process this messaging is through the good old post office. So everybody will be receiving something, all of our residents will be getting something in the mail. Yes, we are gonna have to mail something that will let you know what the process will be for carts, again, where you can store them, what's authorized. And I thought about this myself, actually. I'm like, I live in a house on the west side. If I had a cart, where would I put it? My garage, but if I put it in the back, well, I don't have a walkway that brings me to the street. So how am I gonna be pulling this thing with garbage in it all the way to the street? So you gotta kind of like think about it, and what works for you might not work for others. The good thing is, regardless of who provides the toters, the carts, the names are interchangeable now. It's not etched in stone. So if you decide you want it and then decide it's not working for me, you can give it back. You're not bound to it forever. And I think some people are gonna love it, and some people are gonna say, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. But again, we're moving forward. This has been something that has been being looked at. You know, for those that said Mayor Emeritus was totally against it, he was not against toters or carts. He was against what it could look like and what the village could look like if these are not put away in the proper manner. And I just want to be very loud and clear that if we vote to allow these things in, that there will be zero tolerance. They cannot be kept outside. Hiding it behind a bush is not the answer. So I just want to provide that little bit of feedback, let you guys know that an ordinance is already there. And with that, Ordinance 22-010, approving the contract between the Village of Bolingbrook and Flood Brothers. Now, let me just, one more thing before I go to this. That we did review the numbers. We did review the time. We did review the service. And yes, Josh was absolutely correct. That service played a big role in this. I know that Groot originally was a mom and pop company, and we had a rep that was amazing. And I think Ken Enda can testify to the fact that when he called him, the guy was here. Whatever the problem was, it was, let's take care of it. And it was wonderful. And many, many times they went above and beyond what they should have done. And we commend them for that. And then they got purchased out, and they became a corporate company. And we did have conversations with Groot. But again, once you're part of that corporate profit sharing and you make a call and you say, hey, we forgot this, then it did not become, okay, we're gonna get to it. It became, that's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. And that's when Facebook started lighting up. People said they forgot my court. Some of our very own management team said they forgot my whole street. So that's when issues came about. And I know that all of you are very active and you've heard residents, and so it's not that Groot did not provide the service, it was that Groot did not provide a consistent service that was reliable. And when we picked up the phone, we did not get the response that we were getting when it was a mom and pop operation. And so in the past, you know that sometimes you go with dollars, who's the least expensive. When I'm buying a car and I know all the specs, then it's apples to apples. And then there are times when we have to look at, are we getting the service for the dollars that we are paying? And that played a very big role in this decision. I'm done now. Ordinance 22-010, approving the contract between the Village of Bolingbrook and Flood Brothers Disposal Company for refuse and recycling services. This is all subject to attorney approval. We do have to iron out a couple of things in the contract. New contract will allow the rental of toter and refuse and recycling directly from the contractor. Includes refuse, recycling, yard waste, e-waste, and other services. Additional bulk items for additional charge when arranged in advance with contractor. Contract would run May 1st, 2022 until April 30th, 2029. Overall, there's no increase in total basic rate to residents for the first year of contract from the current rate. As the current refuse contract with Groot expires April 30th, 2022, the village put together an ad hoc solid waste committee to determine what services should be provided in the new contract. Based off the recommendations from the solid waste committee to the village board at the April 27th, 2021 meeting, the village issued RFP 22-05 that would include the collection of refuse, recycling, yard waste, and other materials. In addition to the collection of refuse and recycling by bag or bin, this RFP included the option to rent the toter directly from the contractor for the use in refuse and recycling collection. Other items, such as the collection of yard waste, the collection of e-waste, and other services are to remain the same as in the current contract. After receiving and reviewing the proposals, it was determined that a recommendation to the Public Service Committee for a new 7-year contract with Flood Brothers would best serve the needs of our community. At a special meeting of the Public Services Committee on December 28, 2021, a presentation was made to the committee, and they approved moving forward to the village board with a contract with Flood Brothers. Additionally, the village is looking at more efficient ways to bill for the collection of refuse and recycling. Currently, we have 2 options that we're exploring, one of which is to have Flood Brothers bill residents directly, as they will be doing so for those who choose toters. The other is we are in communication with Illinois American Water with having it placed on the water bill. The final determination will occur as part of the budgeted process. However, whichever alternative is selected by the village will be able to keep the total basic rate the same, May 1st, 2022 to April 30th, 2023, at or below the current rate. This is going to depend on the billing and what the charge is for the billing from either company. Are there any questions? The contract is being passed subject to village attorney approval. Are there any questions from the trustees? I know this is a lot, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal for our village. It's a big deal for our residents. So, questions, comments?
I'll just quickly echo, you explained in very good detail, this has been a long time process, a long time concern for the village for many years. And so I think that a responsible approach was taken involving the residents as I co-chaired the committee with ex-trustee Jaskowitz. Very thoughtful discussion and looking out for something that meets the needs of all the residents in town with options. So I want to thank everybody for all their efforts and taking the serious approach to giving a solution for the future.
Thank you. Any other comments from trustees?
I'll just say on the issue of service, because it was brought up, this has been one of the key drivers. I mean, I'm sure everyone here has dealt with this, but almost on a weekly, if not twice a week, I have to sort of coach residents currently through the customer service issues with Groot. It's exhausting. Sometimes it's a little bit tedious at the end of the day. I mean, this is obviously, we're talking about trash, but sometimes we overcomplicate a little bit about trash. It has to go somewhere. I get, and I appreciate Groot coming up tonight and speaking, but the truth is beyond sort of keeping us fiscally responsible, that did weigh heavily in sort of my contemplation this evening on the experience that we've had for a few years now on the Groot side. So I agree that we have to look obviously out for our wallets and our pocketbooks, but also it was getting a little bit frustrating, and residents were reaching out weekly on continued service issues. So I appreciate the language in the current contract that's proposed this evening on direct lines of communication with the village for service recovery. I think that'll help keep us accountable and keep service standards up to the level that I think we all expect. That's all.
Thank you.
So I'll just say that, you know, when this was presented to the Public Services Committee, the matter of the issues certainly was brought up and discussed. And one of the things that Administrator Rickleman, who doesn't appear to be here this evening, sort of emphasized was the relationship that had been established with Flood Brothers, and the fact that it is expected, obviously, if a change is made, that customer service would improve because of the ability to have attention, prompt attention to resident concerns. So that was, you know, highly factored into this. Obviously, I said in that meeting, and I would say here that you can't go into, if you were to go into a new relationship, you can't go into that blind thinking that a new company would be perfect, right? So if that decision is made to go in a different direction, one of the things that we discussed that will be critical is the development of that relationship and ensuring that any potential issues in the future with any new company, again, if that is what this board decides to do, and that new company is held to that standard. So that was emphasized and just sort of being transparent in that meeting, and something that the committee took very seriously as it was discussed and ultimately voted on at the committee level.
Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Rupsis, second. Trustee Carpenzano, roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis?
Yes.
Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Congratulations. Next ordinance up is 22-011, amending Division 8 Cannabis Business Establishment of Chapter 12 Businesses of the Bolingbrook Village Code. As you know, this was before you at the last village board meeting. Several omissions, misspellings, grammatical errors were in the approved document. Of note are the language ensuring that the licensed applicant is the license holder through the state of Illinois. We want to make sure that nobody subs out their license. That the person that was given the license through the state is actually the operator of a dispensary. Next, there was a clerical error on the starting time or opening time. We had it at 6 a.m. That should actually be 9 a.m. Advertising on the community digital boards. You know, one of the things is signage and kids seeing it or not understanding it. So removing, do not have the ability to advertise on our digital boards. And last but not least is on-premises consumption of product is prohibited. So no smoke lounges or taste tests or I don't know. But anyway, none of that. Closed, sealed, whatever. Creating this ordinance was a tremendous undertaking by a full team of people with many, many issues and items to be considered. There were so many moving parts, Minor details can be overlooked when focused on making the big picture right. Therefore, the ordinance will correct these minor details going forward. So hopefully, two big topics, Don,
We may amend it in the future when something
Yes.
comes up.
you know,
Ever evolving.
but you know, let's not do that in February.
Oh, March, April, whatever.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to approve this ordinance, please?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Lawler, second. Trustee Roopsis, roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Roopsis.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Doris.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Our next ordinance is 22-012, amending Chapter 6, Alcoholic Beverages of the Bolingbrook Village Code to establish a temporary special event liquor license in the Village of Bolingbrook. This ordinance establishes a limited special liquor license for Class D or D2 licenses, where they are able to apply for a 6-hour special event liquor license, enabling the licensee to host a limited special event with live entertainment. This ordinance gives the liquor commissioner authority and discretion over issuing special event liquor license and limits the number of licenses to 12 per calendar year. And the fee for this license is $50 per event. What was happening is we noticed that some of our restaurants that aren't really zoned for any kind of entertainment were having events with entertainment. And we understand that businesses need to pivot a little bit after pandemic and they need to recoup, but we needed to know about it. So that they're not working outside the realm of their business license. And this is what this does. It allows a business owner, if they want to bring in a mariachi band and they want to promote that mariachi band, then they can do so. They come to the village, we know, so if we get a noise complaint, which hopefully we won't, but at this restaurant or there's traffic or whatever, then we know in advance. We're not finding out, again, from posters online or Facebook or somewhere else. So this kind of keeps it on the radar. It lets us know what's going on and when it's going on. And we have had some issues where we've had to speak to some business owners, and that's how we found out that they really need to make that pivot. Business has been tough. Pandemic has been going on. We don't know when it will end, but we did decide that unless they wanted to make a full switch of their business license, then this would be the easy way to address those issues.
And it also let somebody who is thinking of this maybe try it out and see if it's gonna work for them. That just popped into my head, so that's,
Very good. Any questions from the trustees regarding this? All right, may I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roopsis, second. Trustee Doris, roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Lawler.
yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Doris.
Yes.
Trustee Roopsis.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next ordinance is 22-013, amending fees, charges, and other regulatory measures, which is known as the fee schedule. This ordinance amends the village's fee schedule to include the D3 temporary special event liquor license and the cannabis business licenses fees, which are also in your documents. These licenses have been created by separate ordinances. Are there any questions from the trustees? May I have a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Roopsis, second. Trustee Watts, roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mayor. Trustee Doris.
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Roopsis.
Yes.
Thank you. Next up is ordinance 22-014, amending Chapter 6 of the Municipal Code, decreasing Class D2 full service from 19 to 18 and Class D1 outdoor from 21 to 20. Mora Asian Kitchen located at 627 East Boughton Road, Suite 115. The license is based upon the fact that unfortunately Mora has closed for business. As many of you know, Mora has been in the promenade for quite some time and actually was one of those locations that had events and venues. So unfortunately, due to some personal issues, I would imagine, and health and pandemic, Mora has had to shut its doors. Are there any questions from the trustees? May I have a motion to approve this ordinance, please?
Second.
Trustee Reepsis, second. Trustee Lawler, roll call vote, please.
Yes. Trustee Watts?
Yes.
Trustee Lawler?
Yes.
Trustee Rupsis? Yes. Trustee Doris?
Yes.
Trustee Zarate?
Yes.
Trustee Carpenzano?
Yes.
Great, thank you very much. Next item, we'll have our trustee comments and reports, and Trustee Zarate's been very quiet this evening. You're up.
Thank you, Mayor. American Red Cross Blood Drive held at the Community Service Council at 440 Cordero Drive, Suite C, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Register online at www.redcrossblood.org or 1-800-RED-CROSS. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Watts?
Okay, just want to congratulate those that came on board to the commissions. Want to thank them for their service, and of course, we want to welcome aboard our new firefighter and wish him a safe and enjoyable career. I have a couple of announcements. There is the Winterfest event taking place, sponsored by the Bolingbrook Park District, Saturday, February 12th, from 10 to noon at the Anarino Community Center, 201 Recreation Drive. It says save the date for a family winter day getaway. There will be something for everyone. If there's any questions, you can call the Bolingbrook Park District at 630-739-1700. Then we had a sorority reach out to us, Zeta Omicron Sigma Alumni Chapter. They want to let everybody know that they are giving out school supplies to get students through the rest of the year. So that's taking place, Operation Big Book Bag Program, on Saturday, January 29th, from 1 to 2 p.m. at the Fountaindale Public Library, 300 West Briarcliff Road. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. One village announcement we have on Saturday, February 12th. Black History Awareness Club is having their annual event. The theme is Elevation Through Education, and that will be at Bolingbrook High School. This is 1 to 5. Sounds like a great time. I will be there, so please join. Also, in celebration of Valentine's Day, Congresswoman Underwood is inviting residents and families in the 14th District to participate in Valentines for Vets, which is an opportunity to share Valentines and greetings with the local veterans. You can share your gratitude in a small gesture and appreciation with those who have served and protected by submitting a video, drawing, or simple message just of thanks. You can do it digitally or you can mail it in, but mail those in if you do participate by Wednesday, February 9th. If you need more information, visit www.bolingbrook.com/village_community. And that link, you can use that link to upload your message or send any letters if you want to digitally. If you want to send a tangible mail letter, you can send that to 333 Commerce Drive, Suite 770, Crystal Lake, Illinois, 60014. That is all. Thank you. All right, I got a quick note that I actually received late this evening. So there is a new resident-run Snow Angels program where residents are paired with folks that are either seniors or folks with physical disabilities that cannot shovel their sidewalks. It's being organized by a few residents, but they are 8 Snow Angels short as of tonight. So if you're interested in volunteering your time and helping out a neighbor by shoveling, you can email them at bolingbrookSnowAngel@gmail.com or do a social media search for Bolingbrook Snow Angels, and you can help them out if they need a few more extra volunteers there. Next up, the Who Am I event coming up on Saturday, February 5th at the BRAC. It's going to be from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. This is a really neat event. It's supported by the retired professional football players of Chicago and many other local community organizations. This is really designed for those children 12 and older. I would encourage you to check out their website, whoamievent.com. Again, whoamievent.com. There is a registration fee, $20, and includes a very fun afternoon. There also, I am hearing, is scholarships available in case there is a financial constraint there. Please reach out to the website and let them know, and I'm confident that they will get you in the event. February 5th at the BRAC. And then one last note. The State of the Village was rescheduled for February 24th. It features a keynote speaker by the name of Mayor Mary Alexander Basta. It's a great annual networking event, of course, with a great presentation from the mayor on things that have occurred, as well as a little hint into 2022. Please contact the Bolingbrook Chamber if you'd like to register. You can go to bolingbrookchamber.org or give the chamber a call, 630-226-8420. One last thing is stay warm. They have warming centers up on the Will County Emergency Management website. Always call ahead these days because of COVID, but wind chills are going to get very dangerous this evening. So if you need a warming center tomorrow, be sure to check out the Will County EMA website and call ahead to make sure that that warming center is open for you. That's all.
Thank you very much. Trustee Roopsis?
Okay, so coming up on February 6th, Valley View Educational Enrichment Foundation is sponsoring Wild Fest at Bolingbrook High School. It'll be going on from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. It is $10 for adults and $5 for students, free ages 3 and under. This is a really great opportunity to both support the Enrichment Foundation and also have a great time bringing out your kids out to see some animals up close and personal. Some animals featured are wolf, lynx, skunks, sloth, cavy, fruit bats, reptiles, amphibians. I believe there's an alligator that's going to be there. There is a specification. It says not all animals listed are guaranteed, just in case they are animals. So some things can happen. But it should be a really, really fun event. You can find out more about this at wildfestevents.com. We will just be taking tickets at the door. So this should be a really cool event. And then another thing tonight, I need to share that this will be my last meeting as village trustee as I'm tendering my resignation. Due to personal reasons, I can no longer dedicate the time needed to properly serve the village of Bolingbrook. Everyone on the board and the village leadership and throughout the community has been kind and supportive, and I'm very much appreciated. Truly grateful for having had this opportunity to serve, and will miss working with everyone in this capacity. And I thank everybody for their support.
Thank you for your comments. You have been a great asset to the board, obviously. You've taken on some big items, so you've done some heavy lifting. You and I have spoken, and I know the importance of family. And I also know how difficult it is today to be an educator. And so definitely, family, education, we totally get it. I know that you're not going far, and I know that you're gonna be on some committees, doing some awesome things, both here and at the high school. So we do appreciate the time that you've spent with us. You will be missed, but we totally understand it, and we know that you're not going far. So thank you. Trustee Lala?
Well, being that I'm next up,
Sorry about that.
I want to thank you. We've known each other for a very long time and have collaborated on many different things. So I'm looking forward to continued collaboration on all the great things that you do to serve this community. And I thank you for being willing to step up and be a part of the village board, and I know we're going to keep having fun together. So very proud of all that you've done in your life and your family and all that you do for the community. Shift gears slightly. I liked when the commissioners, Trustee Watts thanked the commissioners. I like the fact that Mary Wolak shifted to another commission. There's many different ways to help the community, and Civic and Cultural Affairs is the hardest working, physically challenging commission to be on, and thank her for her movement over to Historic Commission. Change gears a little bit on some services coming up that are still very important to all of us. Will County Health Department is offering pediatric vaccination clinics at their Bolingbrook location, which is on Quadrangle Drive. And that's Lily Cash and Quadrangle, the BMO Harris, that's shopping center, a little strip mall there. Friday, January 28th, Friday, February 18th, and Friday, March 11th. Each clinic goes from 2:30 to 6 p.m. And the second doses will be automatically scheduled, so you'll get your date for when you can return for your second dose. You can register for that online at willcountyhealth.org. This information will also be up on our website. The Village of Bolingbrook continues offering vaccination services and a booster clinic to everyone who qualifies at the Bolingbrook Community Center next week, Wednesday, February 2nd, noon to 6 p.m. Both Moderna and Pfizer will be available. These are boosters. And you sign up there by visiting bolingbrook.com, Vax Up Bolingbrook. And I want to commend the village staff for all the hard work, the fire department, paramedics, and others who are making sure that that runs very smoothly. It makes a difference in all of our lives. And lastly, to comment on the snow angels, I saw a couple of folks actually doing this in certain neighborhoods. They were making the effort to cross the street from their house with their equipment and clearing the sidewalk for some of their neighbors, and I want to thank them for stepping out. I made this fun announcement several years ago when the family bought me a snow blower. There's a device on there where you can direct the snow, and it doesn't have to go in the street in front of your house or to your neighbor's sidewalk or driveway. So if those who own those devices could, and are doing that today, could reconsider where they place the snow, there are many, many people who would really appreciate that. And certainly, it would make it easier when the plows come through, or when the plows have already come through and you clean up afterwards and push it all out for us to slide down the street. We'd rather not do that. So we'll ask you for that consideration.
Thank
And
you.
with that fun note, that's all I have. Thank
Well,
you.
great. Speaking of snow plowing and the snow, I would like to commend our Snow Command for an amazing job that they did this weekend. My memory on Facebook today was my ride in the snowplow, when I first went on a snowplow in the video. And so I did share that, but thank you for all that you do. I know it's a difficult job, and I know that because I probably had 30 or so people calling me from various parts of town swearing that their street is the last street that gets plowed. So to that, Mr. Enda, I think my street is the last street that got plowed. But you got through it. The guys did a great job. You know, we had some, one, it was weekend. Two, we had some call-offs due to COVID. So it's a really difficult time. And I ask everyone to please be kind. I mean, these guys are working 12 hours, and it's not an easy job in that truck. I know that from experience, from an hour maybe. So please be kind. They did a great job. And if you look at neighboring communities and their websites, they have the same problems we do. And actually, they are telling their municipalities how wonderful Bolingbrook is in some cases. So other municipality residents are commending our staff, and I think all of our residents should do the same. It's going to be cold. I'm really worried about going outside right now. It's going to be very cold tomorrow, so please make sure you bundle up. Pets are not kept outside. I did see someone as I was driving in this evening. It was a child in a dark jacket with dark pants, no reflections, and that's scary. So if your kids are going to be out, walking, crossing, coming from the library, please make sure that they have some kind of a reflection or bright color on them or something. That was really, really scary because someone could have not seen that child and that would not have ended up good. So please be safe, stay warm. And with that, we have no executive session. Business before the board is concluded, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Trustee Roopsis, thank you so much. Second by Trustee Zarate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and good night.